Hello everyone. We are continuing a very important lesson, that is reaching the age of adolescence. Students, before knowing about today's topics, you have to know what we done in last class. Students, last class we got about adolescence and puberty, changes during puberty, changes in body shapes, reaching mental, intellectual, and emotional maturity, and also we got about secondary sexual characteristics in both males and females. So, students, today you have to know few more informations about adolescence and puberty. Students, today you have to know about reproductive phase in humans, menstruation, sex determination in humans, endocrine glands and their functions, reproductive health, and also you have to know say no to drugs. Students, first topic is that is reproductive phase in humans. So reproductive phase in humans, in that, so already I told you, usually reproduction starts at maturity in both males and females. So maturity, that is puberty stage, that means between 11 to 19th years. Between 11 to 19th years, that age that is commonly called as puberty. In puberty stage, that reproduction starts in both males and also females. So the capacity for reproduction starts at puberty, and also it lasts for a longer time in males than in females. Usually it lasts for a longer time in males than in females. Student, usually in females, the capacity for reproduction starts at maturity and lasts for 40 to 50 years. In females, the capacity for reproduction starts at maturity, so at puberty, and lasts for 40 to 50 years. This is about reproductive phase in humans. Next, coming to very important concept, that is menstruation. So that menstrual cycle or menstruation, usually this menstruation takes place in females only. Menstruation or menstrual cycle takes place in females. That is very important. So in after sexual maturity, menstrual cycle starts in the particular females, like that. Usually what is menstrual cycle or menstruation, like that? So the cycle takes place once every month. The menstrual cycle takes place once every month, and it is called as menstruation. 28 days cycle, that is commonly called as menstrual cycle. This cycle takes place once every month, that is what we call as menstruation. Usually menstrual cycle or menstruation takes place in females only after sexual maturity. In females, the ovary produces one egg every month. So female starts producing that gametes. So female gametes commonly called as eggs. Male gamete is the female gamete also the male gamete, that is sperm, female gamete, that is what we called as egg. Usually in both males and females, that the production of gametes takes place after sexual maturity in puberty stage only. So in females, usually that females produce female gamete, that is what we call as egg, every month from the ovary. What is ovary? Ovary is a female gonad. Usually female gamete, that's egg, produces from the very important female gonad, that is what we called as ovary. So in female's body, two ovaries are there. Each and every ovary that produces one egg every month. For example, this month one ovary produces one egg. Next month another ovary produces egg actually. Alternatively, that ovaries produces female gamete, that is what we called as egg, every month. So in females, the ovary produces one egg every month, and the uterus prepares to receive the particular fertilized egg. So uterus, that is very important structure present in the particular females. Uterus always waiting for receiving the particular fertilized egg. What is fertilized egg? Fertilization is nothing but that is a process of fusion of male and female gametes. So after the particular sperm fuse with the particular egg, so that egg becomes fertilized. So uterus always waiting for fertilized egg. So after fertilization, so uterus waiting for that prepares to receive that very important fertilized egg, that is zygote. Later, so that uterus wall becomes very thick with the blood vessels. Uterus prepares to receive the particular fertilized egg, and also its wall becomes very thick with blood vessels. If in case fertilization does not takes place, so each and every month that female's ovary produces egg, so there is no sexual contact with the male, so that that particular egg will not fuse with the particular sperm. So in that time fertilization will not takes place. So in case fertilization does not takes place, then the uterus wall breaks. So uterus always waiting for receiving the particular fertilized egg. So in case uterus will not get the fertilized egg, so that the uterus wall breaks and comes out through the particular vagina. In case uterus will not get that fertilized egg, so uterus wall that is very thick with that blood vessels, so that wall will breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus every month. That is monthly problem in females. So this problem or menstrual cycle will start from that puberty, that in after sexual maturity. So the uterus wall breaks and comes out the vagina has blood and mucus. So this is what we called as menstruation. What is menstruation? The cycle takes place once every month, and that is what we called as menstruation. Similarly, two more concepts are there: menarche and menopause. So menarche and menopause is nothing but the beginning of menstrual cycle. The beginning of menstrual cycle, that is what we called as menarche. When menstrual cycle stops at 40 to 50 years, so that is what we called as menopause. So this is about menstruation or menstrual cycle. So the cycle takes place in females each and every month up to 40 to 50 years. Students, next coming to another very important concept, that is sex determination in humans. How to determine the particular sex of that child? That is very simple. So human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes in the nucleus of the cell. So in our body, so each and every cell that contains 46 chromosomes. Each and every cell in human being contains 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes in nucleus of the particular each and every cell. So out of 23 pairs or out of 46 chromosomes, two chromosomes are commonly called as sex chromosomes. Each and every cell that contains 46 chromosomes. Out of 46 chromosomes, that two chromosomes are commonly called as sex chromosomes. So those sex chromosomes decide the particular sex of that child. That out of that 46 chromosomes, two chromosomes are sex chromosomes called X and Y. Six chromosomes, two sex chromosomes are there. First one X, second one is Y. Y chromosomes. In females has two X chromosomes. In both males and females that contains 46 chromosomes, and also out of 46 chromosomes, two chromosomes are sex chromosomes, and also those sex chromosomes decide the particular sex of that child. Another 44 chromosomes are not involving in the reproduction. Those chromosomes are commonly called as, that is body cells. Body cells that contains that 44 actually all cells that contain 46 chromosomes, and also two types of cells are present in our body. So that body cells are there, and also reproductive cells also there. So body cell, that is normal cells, and also those cells not involving in the reproduction. So reproductive cells also there. So reproductive cells are involving in the reproduction. So 46 chromosomes are there, each and every cells that contains 46 chromosomes. Out of 46 chromosomes, 2 chromosomes are sex chromosomes. So that sex chromosomes are commonly called as X and Y chromosomes. Usually the female has 2 X chromosomes. Females has female has 2 X chromosomes, but the male has 1 X and 1 Y chromosomes. Who decide that sex of the chromosome, sex of the particular child? Male. Father will decide the sex of that child, because that father that contains two different sex chromosome, that is X and Y chromosomes. But in case of females, so both the sex chromosomes are similar, that is XX. The sperms and eggs have one set of sex chromosomes. One set of sex chromosomes. The sperm that contains 23 chromosomes, that that contains 23 chromosomes. 23 plus 23, 46 chromosomes, that is diploid set. Haploid set of chromosomes are there, and also diploid set of chromosomes also there. Haploid is nothing but only 23 chromosomes. Diploid is nothing but 46 chromosomes. The sperm and egg have one set of sex chromosomes. Some sperms have X chromosomes and some have Y chromosomes. Two sets of different types of sperms are there. X sperm, X sperm is there, and also Y, that sperm that contains X chromosome, and also some of the sperm that contains Y chromosomes. But all X have X chromosomes only. Understanding? See the picture here. So this is male that contains two different chromosomes X and Y. So this is female, both the sex chromosomes are similar XX. Understanding? So that this is the structure of that cell. The inside that cell, that there is a presence of nucleus. Inside that nucleus there is a presence of what? Chromosome. So this is male gamete, that is sperm. Two types of sperms are there. Some of the sperm that carries X chromosome, some of them that carries Y chromosomes. But that female's egg that contains both are X chromosomes, XX chromosomes. In case egg sperm that fuse with that egg sperm fuse with that X of the particular egg, finally that resulting child will be female, that is girl, because that contains XX. In case Y chromosome that fuse with the particular Y chromosome that fuse with the particular X chromosome of that female, finally resulting baby will be boy. I will explain again. See, so this is male, this one is female, because male that contains two different chromosomes, that is X and Y. So here both are XX in females. Understanding? So that the males always produces what? Sperm. X sperm and Y sperm. That females always produces what? Egg. That contains only X chromosome. In case X chromosome, in case this is X sperm, that sperm that contains X chromosome that fuse with that egg that contains XX chromosomes only. So resulting baby will be, so that sperm that contains X, so that egg also that contains X. So XX, that indicates the resulting baby will be female, because that contains XX chromosomes. Suppose so that sperm with Y chromosomes fuse with that egg always that contains XX chromosome. So that sperm with the Y chromosome that fuse with egg with X chromosome, final resulting baby will be, so that chromosome that is different, that is X and Y, so resulting baby will be male. So this is what we call as sex determination. So father will decide the sex of the child because the father releases two different types of sperm. Some of the sperm that carries X chromosome, some of them carries Y chromosome. In case X chromosome that fused with that egg, so resulting baby XX, so that female. In case Y chromosome that fused with that egg, so resulting baby will be XY. So resulting baby will be that male, that is boy. So if sperm having X chromosomes fuse with an egg, so having X chromosome fuse with fuses with an egg having X chromosomes, the child will be a girl because that both the chromosomes are XX. If sperm having Y chromosome, just explained, so fuses with an egg having X chromosome, resulting will baby will be boy because that contains XY chromosome. So this is what we called as sex determination, that is very simple and also very important also. Next, coming to endocrine glands and their functions. Endocrine glands and their functions. Glands means so that small organ and also that releases what particular hormones. Those small hormones produces hormones. Those small hormones are commonly called as glands. Two types of glands are there: endocrine glands are there and also exocrine glands also there. So see the picture of that human being here. So and also this human being that contains two types of glands, exocrine glands and also endocrine glands. In your syllabus only endocrine glands are there. So many of endocrine glands are there. So example, pituitary gland is the position of that glands you have to observe here. So pituitary gland. So the thyroid gland which is present in throat region, adrenal gland, pancreas, position of the ovary in females, so position of the testis in males, some other endocrine glands also they, you have to know their functions also. So first very important endocrine gland, that is pituitary gland. So pituitary gland, what's the main function of that pituitary gland? That gland that secrete that growth hormone or pituitary hormones, and also that controls growth and production of hormones by testis and ovary. So testis and ovary also endocrine glands. So the activity of that testis and ovary is controlled by that very important gland, that is pituitary gland, and also that controls growth also. Similarly, one more gland is there, that is thyroid gland. So the thyroid gland, that is very important endocrine gland, and also that secrete very important hormone, that is thyroxine. Thyroid gland that secrete thyroxine hormone. So and also the thyroxine hormones, in case it's deficiency of the thyroxine hormone in our body, finally that causes a disease, that is what we call as goiter. Goiter is nothing but swelling of the throat. Similarly, one more very important gland is there, that is adrenal gland. So adrenal gland that secrete adrenaline hormone. Adrenal gland that secrete adrenaline hormone, and also it helps the body to adjust the stress when we are angry or worried. So this adrenaline hormone, that is commonly called as emergency hormone and also secreted by adrenal gland. So that emergency hormone, that is adrenaline hormone, so that prepares our body to face that emergency situation. So because of that reason we are calling that adrenaline hormone as emergency hormone. So that hormone adjusts our body to that stress or worried or emergency situation. Similarly, one more gland is there, so that is pancreas. So pancreas produces very important hormone, that is insulin. So particularly highlights of Langerhans present in that pancreas that secrete very important hormone, that is insulin. So insulin that maintain that blood sugar level. In case deficiency of that insulin, finally we will get a disease, that is what we called as diabetes. Similarly, the testis also there. So testis, that is male gonad, and also the produces that male gamete, that is sperm. So that, and also the testis that produces very important sex hormone, that is male sex hormone, that is testosterone. So the testosterone hormone which controls the production of that sperm and male secondary sexual characteristics. Male secondary sexual characteristics. Already we discussed about secondary sexual characteristics in males and also about testosterone hormone also. Similarly, one more endocrine gland is there, that is ovary. So ovary, that is female gonad, and also the produces very important female gamete, that is egg, and also the produces female sex hormone, that is what we called as estrogen. So these estrogen that controls the production of that eggs and also that maintains female secondary sexual characteristics. Already we discussed about this. So these are all about endocrine glands, about pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, ovary and testis. Students, next coming to reproductive health. So that reproductive health means that is maintaining our health, that is very very important, and also you have to follow some of the methods to maintain our health. To keep the body health, everyone should have balanced diet. Everyone should have balanced diet, personal hygiene, and also physical exercise. You have to know one by one what is balanced diet like the. So see the observe here. So balance of that good health, you have to maintain that balanced diet. So balanced diet is nothing but the diet which contains nutrients in the right amounts. So our diet should contains what necessary nutrients and also in right amount, equal proportion, and all, that is what we call as balanced diet. And also that balanced diet should contains some of the nutrients like that which is present in cereals, vegetables, fruits, pulses, milk, nuts, meat, egg, sugar, jaggery, some other food items also there. So our balanced diet should contains what these materials here. Similarly, one more very important way of maintaining our health, that is personal hygiene. Personal hygiene, that is very important. Everyone should have bath at least once every day. Every day out to bath. So that everyone should have bath at least once every day. If cleanliness of body is not done, there can be a so bacterial infection takes place, and also that causes some bacterial diseases to our body. Similarly, one more method, that is physical exercise. So physical exercise, that is very very important, yoga and all. So walking, playing outdoor games and exercise keeps the body very healthy. So these are the methods of maintaining that our health, that is balanced diet, personal hygiene and physical exercises. Next, coming to another very important concept, that is say no to drugs. So that drugs very very dangerous. So we will get some that happiness from the particular drugs, that is temporary. So in case we addict to the particular drugs, we will face so many health problem. Finally the particular person will die. You have to say no to drugs. You won't use the drugs, that is very important. Drugs are addictive, so if you take them once, you feel like taking it again and again. Finally that spoil our health and also happiness. So taking of the particular drugs, you will get some happiness, but that is temporary. So and also that feels you have to take again and again like that, and also that spoils our happiness and also health and all. Similarly, very dangerous sexually transmitted disease is there, that is AIDS. So AIDS is a dangerous disease and also that caused by a virus, that is what we called as HIV. Usually this is the structure of that HIV. So that contains what two double layers are there, and also inside the particular HIV there is a presence of what that is a two double layer, that is fatty layer. So inside that there is a presence of what very important genetic material, that is what we call as RNA, and also that RNA that contains what very important enzyme, that is reverse transcriptase enzyme. Reverse transcriptase enzyme, that is RNA and reverse transcriptase enzyme, which are present inside the particular protein wall. So this is what we called as protein wall. So this one is fatty layer. So this is RNA. So last one, that is reverse transcriptase. This is the structure of that HIV. So that HIV is a virus and also that causes a disease, that is AIDS. AIDS is a sexually transmitted disease, and also usually that AIDS spreads from an infected person to healthy person by three ways are they: through sexual contact, another one is sharing syringes used for injecting drugs. It is also transferred from the mother to child through the particular milk. So these are all about that very important concept, that is no say to drugs, that is say no to drugs, and also that very dangerous disease, that is AIDS, and also structure of HIV. Students, today we got about reproductive phase in humans, menstrual cycle, sex determination in humans, endocrine glands and their functions, reproductive health, and also just we got about say no to drugs, and also about that AIDS or HIV. So these are all about very important lesson, that is reaching the age of adolescence, that is complete explanation. And also I will upload that notes, PDF notes of this lesson. You have to copy that notes in your classware. Thank you so much.